So, I want to tell you a crazy story.
Tell me.
And this didn't happen to me. It happened to James and Penny.
Oh, no.
So,
death to squirrel?
Not a death to squirrel. Penny's gotten a little ballsy in her older years. Which, by the way, she's going to be turning 10 in 5 days.
Double digits.
But believe it or not, in Chicago, because of where we live, which is by the lake, and there's a beach, and then there's a big cemetery and lots of land, we have coyotes.
Oh, shit.
Penny chased a coyote.
Girl! She was protecting James.
And he lets her off leash all the time because he's way braver than I am. And she friggin' chased a coyote, and he had to go figure out how to fix that. And then he came back in so exhausted. And then one of our neighbors, we were walking out the other day, he was like, "Hey, is that your dog chasing the coyote?"
Oh my
word
God.
on the street is Penny's a coyote killer.
Damn.
Yo, isn't that
what's
crazy?
That thing where it's neighborhood watch and there's signs you could put up? You should just print out Penny's face and just be like, this is our neighborhood watch.
Coyotes are done with this pup. But you,
Officer Penny.
Listeners, I know, well, actually, if you go on our website, you can see a little picture of Penny, but she's this little 44-pound little munchkin. And, she's ready to mess with some. But you know what? I should send you this video because I took a video of one of them running. They're very, I'm going to quote James here. He was like, they're pretty majestic. They're very light on their feet. And just very fluid, and it's they're very beautiful to watch.
Wow,
I don't know, the whole Wile E. Coyote cartoon doesn't, I think, represent them. So that's my fun fact for you.
I love
Penny's
that.
a coyote killer.
That's probably one of the only wildlife animals that have not taken up residence in my backyard.
Well, knock on wood, because it's always a new day.
Wow.
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop. Sisters. Sisters who've seen it.
Hello
there.
Welcome to the scrolling 97th Academy Award.
Whoa, 97.
Wow, wait, so 3 years will be 100.
And we will have also been doing this podcast for 100 years.
I love that. Welcome back, listeners.
Welcome back. This is a different episode. We're doing the Oscars. You probably saw it in the title when you clicked on it. It's not a movie we talked about. The Oscars came, they went. If you saw it, cool. If not, we're going to talk about it. Even if you did see it, we're going to talk about it. And we're going to analyze it. And we're going to go through it. And honestly, eventually I'd love to do one of these movies. No?
Yeah. Listen, I already talked about Nosferatu and The Substance. And I'll keep talking about it. Okay. But listeners, I'm just going to introduce ourselves in case you are a random person who doesn't know who we are and you want to hear random people talk about the Oscars. Which will be us.
That's us.
So we are the Sisters Who've Seen It, the podcast where two sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. I'm Katie.
I'm Bridget.
And we're not Conan O'Brien. But I love him. Wait.
I can't believe he's never hosted the Oscars in 97 years.
Every year he should host.
Jimmy Kimmel could never.
Too old. Was that who it was last year? I was trying to remember. Was it?
Jimmy Kimmel's done it forever, and it's the worst.
It's so bad. There were so many people who were praising Conan, and I'm like, get on the Conan train, people. I've been on the Conan train for a long time. And somebody made a tweet where they said, Conan O'Brien is like a wooden puppet come to life, but he's not like Chucky. He's like the Jesus puppet that we all love. And I'm like, wow, I could see it.
Well, he has these long limbs like a puppet. I get it.
Oh, he's so tall. He's the tallest man in the world.
Here's the thing. Overall, these Oscars were not that eventful in the scheme of other years, I'd say. The drama was lower.
Lower drama.
Dramatic, over the top
but
scandals.
There were moments.
There was drama, but it wasn't like, it was so, like, I think between the LA fires, right? Mm-hmm. I think between just like the state of America and a lot of, I think, these celebrities feeling, I would assume, like, pretty guilty for these, like, over the top experiences when, like, everyone's not doing well. And then the movies themselves, there were, I think, some great ones, but they were also different, that it wasn't like a rivalry or, there wasn't these like big, like, no, they should have won it because of blah, or me and you having this big passion about Barbie because it was like a cultural iconic movement.
Oh, the Barbenheimer year.
So yes. I feel like it was tame. However, I'm pretty excited to see now some of these movies, and that's what I like out of the Oscars, is after they're done, I'm like, oh, noted. I want to watch that one. Noted. I want to watch that one,
Yeah. Some things that people said in general about the ceremony were, obviously they liked Conan. Similar to what you said, it wasn't as like, I don't know, there weren't as many like uncomfortable moments, but a lot of credit goes to Conan for that. And they also said it felt a lot more like movie, I don't know how to say this. It's almost like movie focused, or in the sense of like everyone here actually likes movies. Whereas I think when Jimmy Kimmel was the host, like people were like, he doesn't watch movies. And he like, talks about how he hates movies. And you're like, what are we doing? And Conan is like, guys, Honora's like really beautiful. And like, just get out there. And we're like, Conan!
Like, Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh my God.
Would do what I would do, which is just complain about how long movies were, and that were like, all his jokes.
Bridge.
But I love movies. I just, also
you do
complain.
Love movies. You know what else you love, Bridge?
What?
And maybe we get it out of the way now. You love the fashion. Bridge.
I love the fashion.
What was your favorite look of the night? Because there was a lot happening.
There was a lot happening. I'm not as like, if you just go on any social media, anything, and you just find some fabulous, like, fashionista influencer, I feel like they do it really, really funny. And I wish I knew this dude's name, because he made me laugh so fucking hard. He went through, like, all the guys' outfits, and anything that was just, like, a basic black suit, he was like, boring! And he was just like, goes the next day, he was like, boring! And so I think that at least the theme I saw was there was just a lot of sparkle, a lot of glitter, a lot of glittery brooches. And every now and then you had kind of like a wild over the top outfit, but nothing that was like so scandalous. I think everyone kind of just was like, we're not here for the fashion. We're here for the movies.
Do you remember that one year that lady wore the tallest hat that was ever made?
I would have been, and they
put her in row 4.
Pissed if I had to stand behind her.
Nobody wore hats this year. I wonder if they changed the rules because of that one lady.
Well, and I think the other thing that's interesting with this award show was like people are in literal movie seats and not tables like some of the other award shows. And that makes a difference because you're all like facing forward. And there was a lot more songs, I felt like, than other years. And like all the songs, I feel like in other years were very, I don't know, here's the movie and then here's the song. Like, I don't know. It just felt like.
Well, in years past, they would do whatever was nominated for best song would be performed like live throughout the ceremony. And they didn't do that this year. Instead, it was like when they got to that category, it was like the people who made the song being like, "This is what I was thinking when I made this song."
Oh,
and you're like, God. I guess that's cool, but I don't know what the song sounds like. So,
yeah. So wait, I full disclosure, I had a hard time finding the Oscars, so I missed like the first, I would say, 15 to 20 minutes, and so Katie, I want you to talk about that, but. If anyone has the power to talk to Netflix, Amazon, I don't know, Hulu, any of those, can we just all stop doing this we own, like, can't we just have, like, Super Bowl, Oscars? Like, can't we just have, like, the basics package that everyone gets? And why do we have to, like, it's so annoying every year. New Year's Eve. Why can't I just get this, like, basic shit every year and not have to do a free trial or give my credit card for $88 a freaking year and then I cancel it right after? And they gotta see that in their metrics and hope they get 2 months of people who forget to cancel it. I mean, it's so skeevy, you know?
I mean, the Super Bowl was free. Like, it was on, I want to say, like, Tubi or something. And they're like, it's just free. You don't need an account or nothing. No credit card required. And I'm like, that's fucking cool. So, yeah, why can't...
I don't know.
All the other, like, big event... I don't know.
Anywho, so you talk about what I missed.
Yes, so I did watch... I'm going to be honest. I wrote in my calendar, the Oscars are at 8, and then don't worry, at 6:50. I was like, let me just triple check that bad boy. No. They are at 7 Eastern time. And I was like sweating. Oh no. But I got my free trial set up and I hopped on there. So I got it right away. And they did start off with a montage.
Okay.
Love a montage. That's my jam. I wish we had a little bit more montages. I'll be honest. There were some years I was thinking back, and not like within the past, probably not even 5 to 10 years, but I'm talking like when I was in like my 20s, like earlier 20s.
Okay.
I remember they used to do a montage for every category.
Oh, wow.
Which I love, though. But they're, like, short. They're not, like, long, movie length things. They would just be like, it's just fun to see. It's like they set the tone, basically. And so the tone that they set with this montage was like, oh, it's all about, like, being with people you love and coming home. And you're like, oh, beautiful. And then, yes, Conan was like, yo, here I am. And he right away actually did reference the LA fires.
Aww.
And was just like, this community's been through a lot of shit. Did you know he lost his home? Like, his entire home burned down in LA.
No, I did not.
And he's like, here I am at the Oscars now. It's fine.
Wow.
More reasons to love him. So he started off good. And then...
Did he say that? He
No.
said that his house burned down?
No, but that happened.
Oh, because the internet says it didn't.
Oh, I read it did.
The internet.
All right, keep going. The internet. All right, well, and we know. We know, from years of our extensive movie research.
That's real. Yes, we have.
Movie research. If there is a singular host, and it's a comedian, they are going to start off the show as if it's a late night, and they're going to do monologue.
Of course.
And his monologue was funny. I mean, he has, like, just really funny humor, where he's very dry, and he's kind of, like, silly and doofy. And I love that shit. It's so, like, scary movie humor. Like, that's what he reminds me of. He makes fun of
himself the perfect amount.
Yep. And the only, like, joke that he made that was a little, like, ooh, like, ouch, burn joke, which kind of deserved because it was at the actress who was from Amelia Perez, who was, like, super racist. And he was like, remember all those tweets you did? And then he was like, if you're gonna angrily tweet about me, just remember my name is Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
So good. It was great. I loved it. I thought it was really good. And then, I think the first category was actor in a supporting role. And I don't even know, did you even hop on at this point? Because, Bridge, I was thinking of you. You saw this movie.
It was Kieran Culkin, right?
Kieran Culkin.
So hold on, real quick. Did Wicked start the...
Oh, I blacked out.
I was just going to say, I thought that these Oscars... So one of the critiques that I read, and I'm curious because you lived it, was instead of Conan going right into his... spiel,
oh my god, you're so
Wicked.
right, I blacked out.
Okay, and then everybody was like, whoa, we started it like way too, the bar was too high, that then the rest of the show like took kind of like a little bit of like a 5 out of 10, where that was like a 10 out of 10. Was that what you felt?
I don't know if I agree with the rating, but I can understand why they might have felt that way, because yes, they did sing, Ariana sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and then Cynthia Erivo sang a song that I don't know the name of, and it's not from Wizard of Oz or Wicked.
Oh.
Or The Wiz. So I don't know, but I'm sure it's a great song. It was beautiful singing. And then they sang Defying Gravity, which is like a banger. And so yes, that probably could have been in a different part of the awards show because, like, you know, it's like that's perfect at the end or right middle, before intermission,
give
right?
You some, like, you know, hype. Okay, but at the same time,
you were so fucking right.
Okay,
now that
sorry.
You say all that,
okay,
because I literally cried right away, and then Conan O'Brien did a Substance parody where he came out of Demi Moore's back for to like come on stage. It was amazing.
No, he didn't. Did he really?
Yes, he did. But not like, it was like a video. Like, it wasn't like...
Oh, it was a video. Oh, my God.
Yeah, where the guy's like, Conan, you're going to be late. And then he just, like, comes out of, like, a fake prosthetic Demi Moore's back. And he's like, I'm ready.
Oh, my God.
We love it. We love the Substance.
All right, I might go back and watch this. So the
Kieran Culkin.
So
Kieran Culkin.
I watched his speech, and I have lots of thoughts on it. So first, A Real Pain was written, directed, and starred by Jesse Eisenberg. And he, if you listen, because, you know, they do all their press dockets, right, once they come out with these movies. And so he's been on a lot of podcasts I listen to, and really fascinating person. Has had a crazy, like, story and has insane anxiety, like, to the point as a kid, like, went into facilities and has, like, really insane stories and really felt like his career got crushed when he did, I think it was, like, The Magician, or he played some character that...
Was it when he was Lex Luthor?
Yes, I think it was...
Batman vs. Superman?
It was that, and I think his career, like, just tanked, and he had a string of, like... Yeah, he had a string of like, oh my God, what do I do now? Whatever. And so he then was like, I have to just create my roles now. And that's where this came from. And this was based off of like true story for him in the sense that he did have family that were from that area, that were a part of the Holocaust. And the movie itself sounds kind of like dark and depressing when you read it, which is
I thought you saw the movie.
No, I did, but I'm explaining it to other people like, you read it, it's like, two cousins go to a Holocaust museum and you like after their grandma died. You're like, that sounds like the most depressing thing ever. But the characters of Kieran Culkin, who absolutely played himself, and Jesse Eisenberg, who also absolutely played himself, they are so funny together because you could tell that they hate each other but admire each other, but like really have the same anxiety but flipped on its head. And so it's like, it's really fascinating to watch. And so the whole movie is truly the charisma of those two. Kieran Culkin is so fucking good in it. So I'm so excited that he won. But he is a loose cannon in the sense that apparently the way he like lives his life in acting is he didn't even like try out for this role. Jesse Eisenberg's sister liked him and he was like, you want to be in the movie? And he's like, yeah, sure. That was it. He doesn't.
He's like, nah.
He doesn't practice his lines. He just like rolls up and memorizes them because like he's done stuff since he was a kid, so he just knows everything.
I was gonna say
he asks his
kid actors.
He never plans for anything. So if his agent's like, "Oh, we're going to here today," he goes, "I don't know. I just show up to the airport. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing." So I'm not surprised that his speech was random as fuck because I think he lives in the present his entire life, and it makes him a really good actor, but it makes him like all over the place. And what made me laugh so hard with him winning is if you're a big Succession fan, which you are not, but in Succession,
I've not watched it.
Jeremy Strong is one of the characters, and he was also nominated in this category for The Apprentice and lost. And it's like kind of funny because in like Succession world they're like rival brothers, and so
I didn't even think of that.
So Kieran got on there and he was like, man, you were great to Jeremy, and he was like, fuck, and you know, and it was people kind of made a lot of like Succession jokes about that.
Art becomes life.
Yes. And then he also made the joke about having the fourth baby with his wife and everything, and I thought it was funny. I think people hated it, but I didn't. I was like, this is literally who this guy is. He doesn't care that he's at the Oscars. He doesn't play another part. He is him, and I loved it. So, that's that, folks. But go see the movie. I just think you gotta be in the mood for like a heady movie. Like, it's like heady characters, interesting people, but it's like it's not gonna like pick you up and get you happy and excited. It's more on, you just want something different to watch.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I do want to watch it. This was a Sundance movie when we were at Sundance. That was That was there.
Oh
we did not see it.
Oh my God, Sundance.
We can dream. We were in the same town as Kiernan and Jesse Eisenberg.
Those were the days. I wish we saw them.
All right. I do not have the order of these awards unless you do.
I don't. Did you? I'm also curious about the Adam Sandler bit.
Oh, I blacked out about that too.
Jesus, Katie.
You know, so I was drinking wine. You know, it was fine. I was a little like, oh.
Like, so random.
Well, I kind of was like, Adam Sandler, I forgot about you. And my brain is it's like one of those things where it's like, put these objects in a category. And then you're like, yeah, all these actors definitely belong at the Oscars. And then Adam Sandler's there. And I'm like, wait, I know you're an actor, but like, I don't know. And the joke was like, he was dressed like how he normally dresses. And then Conan's like, you didn't follow the dress code.
Was he making fun of Trump? And because you remember how Trump did the like, you're not wearing a suit to the Ukraine Zelensky?
I did not think of it that way.
That's what I thought the thing was.
I didn't think of it that way at all. But maybe?
I thought he was making fun of it. Like, oh, you're not dressed like, you know, that's like everyone made fun of Trump for doing that. And then Adam Sandler's like known for literally never dressing up. So I just thought that was like kind of the joke.
I just thought the joke was him being like, wouldn't it be funny if Adam Sandler was there in bike shorts? And I'm like, I guess. And then he was there. And then he left and he yelled, Chalamet! And Timothée Chalamet, who was dressed like a banana, don't think we didn't notice, was very confused. Just want to point out now, I'm going to say it once, I'm going to say it quick, and we're going to move on. Very, very grateful for whomever the camera workers are at the Oscars, because they tried their darndest to keep Kylie Kardashian cut the fuck out of sitting next to Timothée Chalamet, because that bitch and her privilege, she's front row at the Oscars.
I mean, but aren't they dating? Isn't that what happens if, like...
It is, Bridge, but, like, she's literally, like, a brain-dead cardboard cutout. And they were like, anyway, just get it on him and don't put her in the shot. And I was like, thank you. Also thankful we didn't have to see Ethan Slater. But he did not sit near Ariana Grande. So that was pretty fucking funny.
He's the one that left his wife with a newborn kid...
Yes.
To go date Ariana.
Yeah, they didn't sit together. He was like 40 rows back. And I was like, thank God you're not here, sir.
Oh, wow. See, that's what I mean. They got rid of all the drama. Wow.
Anyway, That's what I'm saying real quick. And now I'm going to move on. Okay, I'm just going to pick... I don't know. Let's see. These are not in the correct order.
Just lay them out. That's okay. We can kind of go through it because I want to now see some movies. So let's talk about the movies that like did their thing.
Well, why don't we get this one out of the way? This was actually closer to the end of the ceremony. Bridge, we might not agree on this one. This is the best actor in a leading role. Let's stick with the dudes. And the contenders were Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Timothée Chalamet for A Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo, Sing Sing, Ralph Fiennes, Conclave, Sebastian Stan, The Apprentice. Poor Sebastian Stan. I love him to death. He is a New Jersey native, Rutgers alumni. You're not going to win for that role this year in 2025.
Why did they even do that movie?
The timing was bad. Everything was bad. We should only make movies that are reminiscent of people's lives when they fucking die.
Yeah.
Please! Okay? Not when they're alive.
Also, like,
when they're dead.
See them too much. I don't want to fucking see a movie. I have no interest to see that, which I don't know. I have
faith Sebastian Stan, he'll be back. He's
He's really good.
Our winner in this category was Adrian Brody, and this I would say was a little divisive.
So you didn't like that he won, or you don't like him as a person?
I don't think I like him as a person.
Why?
And I think he's like one of those guys that if you broke up with him, he'd be like, but I'm a nice guy.
Oh.
Date me. And I didn't like how his speech was the longest Oscar acceptance speech in the history of ever. And I don't think he said any it's like there was no message and he was trying to be like really artsy. And I was like, can you just spit it out? As a podcast editor, I was like, this sucks. All right. Ooh. You said like 4 words. It's been 8 minutes. Like, we got to cut it down. All right. Ooh. And then when they played the music, he was like, I've been here before. Like, stop. And I was like, ew. Like, I don't like the vibes. He threw his gum at his wife when he was walking up to the stage. Yep, there's a video. You can Google
Ooh.
it. As he's going up, he turns around, takes the gum out of his mouth, and he fucking throws it at her. Disgusting. And then I did tell you how Halle Berry was at the ceremony, and she found him on the red carpet. And again, he's like married, and I don't know if she is or what the dealio is, but yeah, they like made out in front of his wife. I was like, do you not like your wife? Like, what?
Huh. I'm watching. I want to watch the gum thing now. Keep going.
Yeah, there are things I don't like. And the movie he's in, The Brutalist, I heard it's good. I have not seen it. The critique about that movie was that they used AI to alter his accent, which makes me feel a little conflicted because if you're winning Best Actor, I kind of feel like it should be like really authentic, and I don't know if it was.
Whoa.
There's a lot. Okay.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. Because, like, why would you just dub the whole thing then? This video is
or why don't you just, like, use a voice coach to, like, get it together? Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, wait. I'm waiting for the gum video. He's hugging. He's excited.
Oh, God.
He can't believe it. And he's hugging, kissing people. Oh my God, he's so exciting. And
which I feel like you're pulling an Adrian Brody right now.
Sorry. Wait, where did he throw the gum? Oh, there it is.
Okay, I'll send you the video if you can't find it.
Oh, I see it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's weird. The gum thing's weird. Just could have swallowed
your gum.
Yeah.
Could have swallowed your gum. You didn't need to yell at the Oscars people because they literally gave him a lot of fucking time before they played the music.
Well, so that part was stupid that he was like, so here's the thing. I don't mind someone sticking up for themselves to be like, hey, okay, context is important. The Pianist was the last time he won an Oscar.
20 years ago.
22 years ago.
Oh my God.
Okay. So if you are a guy that was at the top of your game and then for 22 years essentially struggled, okay, I kind of get if you just want a fucking minute. I kind of get that. And I thought what I liked about his speech was he was talking about, this is a fickle business, man. Like, I thought I was at the top of my game, and then I had to, like, crawl my way back up, and I can't believe I'm here again. And I didn't even think I'd ever get this shot again. And, you know, I think that's, like, a reality for a lot of these actors. Because there's not a lot of actors that get an Oscar, go away forever, and then come back. You know, Jennifer Coolidge was, like, the latest one that we all... but she wasn't even at that... He was at that level, and then dropped. You know?
But don't you think he could have said that in like 20 seconds like you just did instead of like 5 minutes and 40 seconds?
I'm not going to disagree that he could have done it faster. Okay. Honestly, he really put his foot in his mouth when he asked for more time and then he continued to ramble. That was stupid.
Ask is a strong word.
That's true. He did get kind of angry. But I didn't think it was that eventful, right? Like, I didn't look at it and be like, oh my God, I now hate him.
I think it was just, you know, that category is always closer to the end of the ceremony. So it's like 10:15 p.m. for me as I'm watching it. Yeah. I'm like, let's get a move on. Apparently, too, this did not happen I was streaming it on YouTube TV, but people who were streaming it on Hulu, if you have Hulu Live TV, this is a live ceremony. And it has a start time and an end time. And apparently people say because of his speech and it went over, they then, Hulu Live TV, like, stopped the stream, like, when it was supposed to be done. And then, like, people missed the Best Picture, like, announcement.
Oh, my God.
Because that's at the very end.
Oh, because all these other shows are right after. They're not going to be late.
Because it's live. Like, live TV. And I was like, oh. And then people were, like, obviously mad at Hulu for that, you know? Because, like, what the fuck, guys? But I don't know. There there were some upset people on Twitter. Okay,
wait, so should we see The Brutalist? Is that a worthwhile movie?
I would like to see it.
So the life of a Hungarian Jewish architect who immigrates to the United States after World War II to rebuild his life. Interesting. Wants to leave his mark on American architectural landscape. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I would see it.
It seems a little kind of sad, no?
Yeah, probably have to be in the mood for it.
All right.
Okay.
But that was really it for The Brutalist, right? They didn't really win anything else.
Yeah, I don't think they won anything else. I think that was it for them. That's another thing I will say about this year's Oscars is even though, like, Anora did win a couple awards, it didn't feel like a sweep as much because there were a lot of, like, random movies that won. Like, most movies that were in here came out with at least one win. If that makes sense. It wasn't like, like that one won everything. So I liked that. This is actor in a supporting role. Oh, we did that already. I blacked out. Actress in a leading role. This one hurt my heart, Bridge. Bridge, I was sad.
So clearly we gotta go watch. It's called Anora.
Anora, yes. This is Mikey Madison. She won for Best Actress in a Leading Role. She was Anora. Spoiler alert. Okay. Other nominees were Cynthia Erivo from Wicked, Carlos Sofia Gascon from Amelia Perez, Demi Moore from The Substance, and Fernanda Torres from I'm Still Here. I would say Anora, Wicked, The Substance, and I'm Still Here got, like, really good reviews. Amelia Perez was divisive. I know you saw it.
I saw it, too.
You tried to watch it or whatever, but yeah, I didn't see Anora. I'd like to see it.
So it's about...
See what the hype's about.
So it's about sex workers in New York City. First of all, I was blown away that there were only a 40-person crew in a $6 million movie.
That's crazy.
That's very cool that an independent film can, like, not sweep, but clean up. And so 23-year-old stripper from Brooklyn impulsively marries the son of a Russian oligarch, and then they have a crazy whirlwind romance. But it's also apparently shows like a modern life of sex work.
Yeah, it's like apparently a modern Romeo and Juliet.
Also described as the anti-Pretty Woman.
Oh, okay.
I want to see it, but also,
I don't know what how was it the anti?
It kind of sounds a little dark.
I think it is, and it's obviously a lot of naked women. The only critique I heard about that movie is it was, and like we obviously know this from how the awards turned out, written and directed by a man, but it's kind of like the perspective of a woman, sometimes we see that not going over too great.
I want to, just because we started off with these categories, I read a bunch of things I think are really interesting. They say that the Oscars hate giving Oscars to young men. Like, if you look across...
Like Timothy?
Yes.
Timothy?
Like, because he could have won, and I really wanted to see the Bob Dylan. But, like, if you look across time, there's really not a lot of young men. However, when you go the other way with women...
Bridge.
They veer towards younger women winning. And it's kind of fascinating, isn't it? Like...
It's like I want to look at substance.
I want to look at like how people what is the selection process for picking who wins? Like, how does it work? Is it just like a group of people in a room? Like, how does it work?
I don't know.
What's the criteria for who wins?
I don't know.
Okay.
Can we get on the voting board? Because
can you imagine us? How annoying would we be?
We'd be like, listen. I made a PowerPoint presentation about why The Substance should win. That's literally the plot of The Substance, is that Hollywood and people don't care about women when they hit a certain age, and they only care about young women, and that's it. And it was like really sad that's so played out in real life, and I hate everybody, but I also get it. But I'm just like sad, okay?
Yeah.
I heard the movie I'm Still Here is really good.
So Brazilian political biography drama, the true story of Eunice Pavla. Husband was a former congressman, forcibly disappeared through a military dictatorship on a quest to basically find the truth, so to speak, about that. That sounds intense too. Shoot.
So the Oscars, this is like very weird because the Oscars can accept movies from literally any country, but America, they have a category, Best International Film, and I'm Still Here did win for that. So they got more than one, or they got an award, I guess, but
I also, I always thought of that. I thought of that last time we did this. I was like, why is there best international film? Like, that's so fucking stupid.
We're all racist.
Can't they all? Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so yeah, I've seen Wicked, I've seen The Substance, I would see I'm Still Here, I would see Anora. I don't really want to see Amelia Perez. Do you want to talk about it, Perez?
I think like I told you, it was too long for me. I saw it on a plane and I fell asleep. Zoe Saldana was amazing in it, and it's kitschy, and Selena Gomez has like a vibe in it. She's a really interesting character, and the singing, it being in Spanish, it was fun. I liked it. It was vibrant, but it went long. Like, it gave me like Goodfella long. Like, it gave me like Scorsese long, where you're like, okay, I'm following the story, whatever. But after there was a certain point in the movie, I was like, cool, it's over. And then they throw in this crazy part, and it adds like an hour to the movie. And I just was like, huh? So I kind of just wished it wasn't as long. But you might just want to check out the kitschiness of it. I think it's like, I don't think it takes itself serious, or at least Zoe Saldana did it.
Well, I don't know, because some of the other people, because it did win like a couple different Oscars, and didn't it win Best Song? And then that was the people who went up and they started singing. And I was like, is this you and me when we're podcasting?
I'm sorry, but that woman, I was like, how much did you drink today?
Yeah. Yeah. El Mal was the song. It was the best original song. And the lady was like, da 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 da. And then nobody sang along because they don't know the words. And then they immediately played the music to get them the fuck up. So. Yeah, I don't know. Seems like some people took it seriously. Oh, The Brutalist won a Best Original Score, so it won more than one.
Okay.
Wow, did Conclave not win anything?
No, I was just reading. Conclave won Adapted Screenplay.
Oh, thank God.
What is Conclave about?
Conclave is it's a drama about, they have to pick a new pope. So it's all the cardinals.
That's right.
Voting on a new pope. But it's like drama. It's like Regina George drama.
But you have
like old white men.
Stanley Tucci, John Lithgow, Ray Fiennes. Like, that's a cast right there.
That's a cast. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but every time I see priest movies, I just think it's about pedophiles. So
like pedophiles,
I need a lot of time before I watch that.
All right. Well, Conclave, yes. Conclave won that. And just while we're here, my favorite category of the Oscars of all time, I just think it's the most creative, is the Best Original Screenplay. This is the category that Barbie should have been in, and it should have fucking won. I'll get over it one day, but not today. And our nominees were Anora, The Brutalist, A Real Pain, September 5th, and The Substance. I would have been very happy if The Substance won, but again, I understand it. Anora won. The writer was Sean Baker. Sean Baker is a New Jersey native, bitch.
Wow.
He's from Short Hills, New Jersey. Wow. Okay, don't get it twisted. Don't even worry. Represent. Thank you.
Snap.
Good night. Thank you.
Oh,
okay.
Snap.
I'm gonna read off some categories because we're down here. Best visual effects, which one thing I will say this year is they did include and this is usually a category you're gonna see more movies that maybe are a little off the grid, if you will. Our nominees for best visual effects were Dune Part 2, Alien Romulus, which I saw, Better Man, which is about Robbie Williams as a monkey. Do you know that? Do you know this?
Oh my God, no.
Do you know about... You don't? Oh my God. Don't you like Robbie Williams? I feel like you were the one that was like, watch the documentary about him.
No,
I
like, just wanted to see the documentary. It doesn't mean I like him. He has a crazy life.
Well, he's a monkey in a movie, and it's like about his life.
My God.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which is a different monkey movie, not with Robbie Williams, and Wicked. And Dune Part 2 won, which probably was very fucking well deserved, because that movie is cinematic, man. I'll tell you.
You know, I was...
You wouldn't like Dune Bridge. They're way too long for you.
Well, they're way too long. I watched it. They're way too long.
You watched the second one or the first one?
I watched the first one.
Yeah.
And it is beautiful. Like, I was like, oh... And I didn't see Wicked yet, but I could just imagine that also was equally beautiful. And I'm like, okay, I get the effort it takes to, like, create worlds that don't exist. Like, that's just beyond talent.
Yeah.
But I'm not like running to theaters to see Dune 2.
No. I don't think other people were either.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a little whiplash here, but I was really, really sad, and we didn't talk about it because I think I might have missed it. But animated feature Inside Out 2.
Oh yeah,
was nominated and didn't win, and I was really sad because I think it is a groundbreakingly incredible movie. About anxiety. And we should all watch it. I watch it over and over and over again with my child, and it's really fucking amazing. It's an amazing Inside Out is such an amazing movie. Sorry. And Inside Out 2 made it even cooler. And if anyone has anxiety, you should watch that. Thank you, good night. That's it.
Thank you, good night.
That's my pedestal.
Well, it didn't fucking win, but Flo won. Flo's about a cat, and that's that's all I can give you. It's a cute cat, and I don't know. People were apeshit for the cat. Our sister Mary saw one of the movies that was nominated, The Wild Robot. Apparently, she said that was good.
Oh,
and yeah, I don't know, nothing else in there.
Wait, what did Wicked win? Wicked won.
Wicked. Oh god,
costume design, which was that guy was adorable.
He was the first black man to ever win.
Yeah, Paul Tazewell, who also had a beautiful glittery accent on his tie. Loved that.
Oh yeah, love that.
And then. So let's see. What else did Wicked win then for?
That might have been
Was it just that?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
No, production design.
I was going to say, wait.
Basically, all the categories that Nosferatu was also nominated for that I would have been really happy if Nosferatu won didn't, and Wicked won. So
okay, I'm curious. What did you think of No Other Land? Do you know what that is about?
So that's about the Palestinian. Isn't it about Palestine and what's
yeah, but I
basically?
don't know. Is there an angle to it? Is it what is it about? Documentary film?
Isn't that documentary? Sorry, I'm trying to find the categories you're talking about.
Sorry.
Mine is just in a terrible order.
I jumped to
you're talking about documentary feature film, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Documentary feature film. Yes, No Other Land won. Yeah, I believe it's just about Palestine. I believe it is probably just it's documentary. It's real fucking life.
Well, this was what I thought was interesting about their speech. It's co-directed by a Palestinian activist and an Israeli journalist. And part of their speech was we're together. We can make it work.
Right.
And I know there's that's not as simple as me just saying that, get together and hold hands. But I was very intrigued by the idea of a movie that brings both sides at the same time from both of those people doing it. And so I was man, if it doesn't trigger you, I was intrigued to see it. So No Other Land. That was, I don't know.
I mean, I think there are a lot of people from Israel that do not agree with what's being done, essentially. And I do want to point out, this just goes back to how amazing Conan O'Brien is. Did you ever watch the show? He just did a reboot of it where he goes to countries and it's just Conan O'Brien in a country, and then he just like
Anthony Bourdain is
Conan. He'll go to Italy and then go hang out with people, and he's I don't know, teach me the language, guys, and they're Conan, and then it's just him being silly.
So he's really, really smart. I think he went to Harvard. He's people don't think he's smart, but he's brilliant smart. I could see him learning languages and knowing crazy shit.
So not on this most recent show, when he rebooted it, but the original one, which was probably over 10 fucking years ago. This just shows how sad this whole situation is. Yeah, he went to Israel. That was one of the countries. And they talked about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict back then.
Yeah.
And guess what, people? All of the things that they talked about back then are exactly the fucking same.
Yeah.
And it is so goddamn sad. It is so sad to just see oh my god, it's still happening. It's kind of what's happening in our country, how evil people are recycling really evil language and making it sound new and profound and fear-mongering, and it's just is crazy.
We referenced that with Beauty and the Beast,
Yeah. Kill the Beast, right.
The mob song.
So I don't know.
I'm intrigued, but it's if to me, it's if you win an award, I know it doesn't mean the movie's perfect or you'll love it, but it does make me want to at least try to see it, and like on my list are most of these movies, like Anora's on my list now. I always wanted to see Wicked. Because of you, I want to see The Substance, but with the lights on. I'm on the fence about The Brutalist. Conclave, I want to see, but I need a minute before watching that. And then No Other Land was on my list of like, okay, let's do it.
I don't remember too much about the animated short film In the Shadow of the Cypress. I don't have much to say about that, but I'm sure that might have been the one. Do you remember that one acceptance speech where it was a man and a woman, and they're like, English is not our first language, so we're going to read a speech. And everyone's like, that's fine, like, do it. And then the guy was like, I can't read it. And the lady's like, I'll read it. And then she read a sentence normally, and then he goes, I'll just do it, and ripped it out of her hands, and then read the same exact sentence as if it was like mansplaining at the Oscars. And I was like, play the music, okay? Because I'm fucking over it. That might have been this movie, because it was two people that won. But anyway, I'm just going to go down my categories I got right now that we haven't touched yet. Cinematography. That was also The Brutalist. Okay, so The Brutalist had some wins up in here. Another Nosferatu snub. Don't think I didn't notice.
Nosferatu didn't get anything, did it?
Bridge, this is a thing. This is a thing. It is the curse of any movie that fits into a scary movie category.
Doesn't win an Oscar.
It does not win Oscars. They don't. It's very rare. Jaws. Okay. Silence of the Lambs and Black Swan, kind of.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's like there's just so fucking few. The fact that like it was nominated, that in and of itself, people are like, yay, progress.
Wow.
Like Nosferatu was nominated, progress. The Substance was nominated, progress. And
so
I'm
that's
like, this is so sad.
You and your buddies, you have like
that's me.
Like a monthly horror discussion about how to make it.
I just read him on Twitter, but yes, like how do we get the Oscar voters to appreciate horror, Bridge?
Okay.
I don't know. Give them the carrots.
I don't know if I'm your person, but I'll support you.
All right. Makeup and hairstyling, that was the only win for The Substance. Thank fucking God. Because the makeup in that movie, and by makeup, I mean, boobs and butts coming out of arms and...
You texted me and you go, they got a boob to come out of an armpit. I was like, what?
Imagine like a whole boob. It comes out and then it falls to the ground in front of an audience and everyone just looks at it and it's like, uh-oh.
Okay,
that's at the climax.
Now I really want to say it.
It is? You should take a gummy before you watch it.
Okay.
Okay. All right, okay. I'm just looking at what we got left. We did that. Best sound was Dune. We did that. We did the writing. Hold, please. Well, I guess we're kind of at best directing, which went to Anora. Oh, film editing, also Anora. So Anora won best film editing, original screenplay, best director, best movie, best actress. Yeah. But Sean Baker was like, he did the editing, the writing, and the directing. Like, what?
Yo,
sir, damn.
If you did all that and then you just crush it at the Oscars, I'm like, I'm retiring.
Awesome. Yeah,
I would go hang on an island for a bit and take my high.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
I do want to point out, because this is another...
He was born in New Jersey. Did you know that?
Bitch, I literally said that before. I literally made a whole
I was thinking of Stan.
2 minutes I talked about it before.
I was thinking of the Stan guy from The Apprentice you were talking about that went to Rutgers.
Oh, he also was New Jersey.
I'm sorry I'm not even listening to my own podcast.
Okay. All right. I do want to just make a point when we get to the best directing category, because many of these, obviously many of these categories are not gendered, if you will, but it is a very sad fact that year after year after year, there are it's never equal men and women. And this year we only had one female director nominated. And
what was that for?
The Substance, okay? Because how many more pieces of evidence do I need that The Substance needs to be recognized? Women, boob, out of the armpit. Don't forget.
You need to describe it better. Just a thought.
Just a fucking thought. And then, Oh yeah, we talked about Zoe Saldana. Did we talk about Zoe Saldana?
We didn't talk about her.
I'm sorry.
Her speech. So she's another one again.
Her speech made me teary-eyed.
Oh yeah, all the again they come out with these movies and then they all do the press dockets, and like Kieran Culkin, she was one of my people I listened to on my podcast, and she has such an unbelievable life story, where, she, like she said, she's an immigrant. She wasn't born here. And I think she came here when she was like 7 or 8 and had really sad stories. Like her dad died unexpectedly, and she's from New York. Like she was from New York.
Oh, we know. We saw Crossroads. We know.
Yeah, and she, like acclimating to this country, as well as like the loss of her father at such a young age, and she had a bunch of siblings that she had to deal with. And
was she from the Dominican
Republic? Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to remember. And, yeah. Cool.
And then she just always wanting to be in acting, and she tells really interesting stories there. But her husband, who is Italian, and she made the joke about he looks like really Fabio hot. With his hair. He's fabulous.
He's pretty hot.
Yeah. She talked about how, like, she gave this funny example of, like, our house is loud in lots of different ways. She's like, I got my Dominican super Spanish side. She goes, then we got Italian side, and then I got my New York side. And she's like, so we're just loud, angry people at all times. And she, I don't know, she just seems like a really, really smart yet grounded person. And I don't know. I'm just like rooting for her to just like continue to kill it, because I feel like she's had to crawl her way from some really shitty 90s movies to now. And I love that she's now like crushing it with Avatar, and like she gets like big serious movies now. But I think this is the first time people's like really giving her the quote-unquote credit.
Yeah, because she does a lot of, like, sci-fi. Again, a category that is very severely ignored in the Oscars. A la Dune 2, guys. Like, she's been in Guardians of the Galaxy. She was in the Star Trek remake movies. She was in Avatar, obviously. Yeah. And our movie, which we did an episode on, Britney Spears Crossroads, Britney was like, hell to the yeah, girl. Get it. People were apparently upset. Ariana Grande did not win. I'm not that upset about it.
Was Ariana Grande really good in Wicked?
She's great.
Yeah.
She's great in it.
Yeah.
I just was happy Ethan Slater was far away. I don't know how many times I can say it. I would have like been really upset. But anyway, we do need to talk about, there was the obligatory middle of the ceremony live action advertising that a giant corporation with billions of dollars that they shouldn't have paid for, that we were all forced to watch. And it was a musical dance number of James Bond songs? Question mark?
Well, you said because Amazon bought the James Bond?
Yeah, so Amazon now owns the rights to James Bond, which means they're gonna probably make either a shitty TV show or movie, or I don't know. The last James Bond movie that came out was like 5 years ago, so people were like, it's a little, like, it's not that relevant right this moment. Like, sir, what? But we watched that.
And then that had like Doja Cat?
Yeah. No, it was Doechii.
Wait, who sang the Bond?
There were 3 of them.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember who the other 2 were. And then Margaret Qualley, also from The Substance, guys, did a dance. She was the dancer. And
so it says it was Lisa, Doja Cat, and Ray.
Oh, I thought it was Doechii. I don't know who those.
I don't know who they are, but Ray, who ended it, I was like, oh, you ended it. Like, and then why did Queen Latifah come out?
Queen Latifah sang The Wiz! What was that part? That was when it was Whoopi and Oprah Winfrey.
Whoopi and Oprah come out and they're like, our bitch, Queen Latifah's about to sing. I hate all you white people. So I was like, okay, I'm listening.
I'm gonna find this tweet. Somebody made a tweet of their picture and it was like, this is like when my aunt shows up at a family function and she's like, this is my friend. It's like the 2 of them. I'm like, oh my God, so real.
Oh my God.
That was like a tribute to a famous songwriter musician. Oh gosh, I don't remember. But he was the writer of The Wiz, I believe. Like, that was kind of the point of it. And then we should also make reference to the In Memoriam segment.
I was just thinking that. Yes.
Historically, brings me to tears. I did not cry. And then after the fact, you, I believe, pointed it out. The music choice for the montage was a little confusing. It was like gladiator music.
It was like it sounded scary, haunting.
Like it was like dun 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 dun, and I was like, what is that? What? Huh? I thought they were dead. Are they gonna die? Like, what do you mean?
I think that was a bad choice.
They left out Michelle Trachtenberg too.
Oh shit!
And Tony Todd, who we had in Candyman, he died this year too. It makes me sad all day.
Oh.
Yeah, there were some people that were left out, which makes me sad. So I don't know whose job that is.
That's a category that I'm like, I don't know, guys. I don't know.
I like it though.
I know, and it's beautiful to always like, remember people, but I'm like, you're never gonna get everybody.
But like, you should. Why not? We got death certificates. Why can't we just use the Google?
I don't know.
What is AI for, if not to make a list of dead people that should be in the Oscars? I mean, what are we doing with technology?
I guess that's.
And why can't we play a sad song, guys? Like,
it's a great use case. I like it.
I don't know. I hate AI, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
So that was weird, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, I liked it. It had variety.
Yeah.
I giggled. I want Conan. Conan, come back. Don't leave us, Conan, please.
Oh my God.
Don't give us Jimmy Kimmel. Please, Conan, please.
I love it.
Help. And as always, I just want more montages and more horror movies recognized. And then it's 10 out of 10.
Boom.
Forgot that.
Boom.
Yeah.
Love it. I think Conan should come back. That's what I'm advocating for. And I'm excited for what movies will make this next year.
Yeah, man.
Who knows?
Ooh. All right. Well, y'all, we did it. I don't know if you didn't watch the Oscars. I guess now you did.
Now you did. Or go back and see the parts you think are interesting.
You did.
Or go whatever movies
go see the movies.
Watch.
Yeah.
Tell us which movies we should review, and we'll do a nostalgic week.
Oh, yeah, we haven't done a nostalgic in a while.
I know. We just make up rules and then forget them.
If you ever commit to Wicked Bridge, I would.
Okay.
I'd do it for that.
Okay.
You heard it here first, folks.
All right.
Well, listeners, we do have a movie coming up, and I think if I do my editing correctly, the next movie that we'll be doing an episode on is Coyote Ugly.
Hey!
So check that out. We already recorded it. It's a time.
That's a fun movie.
The lead character would have been sad if she wasn't nominated for Best Original Song. And if she won, she would have sang her song on stage and they would have cut her off with the music. So you can imagine. All right.
I can't.
See you there.
I can't.
And what am I going to say? Listen, if you like everything we talked about with the Oscars and you think that Timothée Chalamet was dressed like a banana and the Wicked Defying Gravity song should have been sang in the middle of the movie or the middle of the ceremony, and if Conan should host every year no matter what, like, what kind of contract do we got to write to make this happen? I don't know. If you think all that, you should write us a review.
Hey!
We love reviews. We love written reviews. You can review us on Apple Podcasts, along with some other podcasting apps. And we also have a website, sisterswhoseenit.com. On our website, you can request a movie. So there is a form you can fill out. Your request goes on a list. And we look at the list every now and then, and we will do it eventually. So if you watch one of these new movies and you're like, yo, cool, plop it on the form, y'all. We're ready. Peer pressure me. Sometimes it works. Sometimes.
I was going to say, I don't know.
Who knows?
But good luck.
Good luck, yeah. And Fridge, what else can they do on our website?
They can give us money. They can also buy merchandise. They can also request movies that are Oscar winners, and I want to know which ones are actually worthwhile watching. Thank you. Good night.
I'm just having this like vision of you like making a fake email, and you're like Inside Out 2, Inside Out 2, and I'm like, who is Bridget from sisterswhoseenit@gmail.com? What?
I forget it's it's our email, and I'm like, from Rebecca.
Like, wait.
And you're like, Bridget.
You're
oh my God.
But seriously, guys, we'll do that if you request it, maybe.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun now to watch them, you know?
Oh, yes. All right, so check all that out, listeners.
All
and
right.
we hope to hear from you. All right, so we'll see y'all next week for Coyote Ugly.
And see you next year for the Oscars 2026. 98 Oscars.
Oh, be there, be square.
All right.
Wow.
Goodbye. I love you.
I love you.
Go win your Oscar. Goodbye. I love
I'll
you.
Try.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who've Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our website at sisterswho'veseenit.com, where you can email us, request movies to be reviewed, and keep up to date with all things sisters. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next week.